we're going to talk about some basic fundamentals, not necessarily the most exciting part of the game, but really important after long breaks if we kind of stay with it. When we do get back to the golf course, it doesn't feel so rusty and foreign anymore. So just going back to the grip, we're going to take our club and get the grip running through that middle part of our fingers there. We're going to close our hand so our palm's a little bit more on top, and you can still kind of see that 2.5 to 3 knuckles is a good kind of visual to know that your hand's in the right spot. From there, you're going to, depending on what kind of grip you have, I know some people like the 10 finger, some people like to overlap, and some people like to interlock. So depending on what you like to do and what's best for you, place that pinky where you're comfortable with it. For me, I interlock, so I just slide it right in there. And from there, we're still going to keep the grip in our fingers. We're going to close the palm over that thumb and get this thumb kind of pointed down the shaft. And then from there, you should have a pretty good grip. You can work on this at home. Just leave a club by your coffee maker, by your couch. If you're watching your favorite Netflix show, grab the club, put your hands on it over and over, make sure you got them on there properly. Okay, so for the next part, we're gonna talk about stance. Basically, for the golf stance, you're gonna wanna get yourself with your feet about shoulder width apart and kind of feel like you're in that athletic defensive stance where you could kind of move in any direction. If you're sitting back on your heels, you're gonna have a hard time kind of stepping back. So get into the balls of your feet there, and nice and athletic so you can kind of bounce around a little bit. Bend your knees slightly, shoulder width apart, and you should be in a pretty good spot almost already to kind of address the golf ball. From there, you're going to want to get into your posture a little bit. So if you have, a golf ball at home, real, if it's a foam golf ball, even better. Anything you could put on the ground to kind of address the ball. I prefer to work on things like this with a ball in front of me, just so as a point of reference. So for the posture, you're going to want to get into a spot where your back is kind of as straight as you can get it, and just from there try to rotate a little bit and see where your limitations are. And then I'm going to get you to tuck your hips and just roll them under a little bit, and then you're going to find you've got a lot more movement there. So from there, you're going to get your knees bent, back as straight as you can, bending at the hips so your arms can just kind of hang right in front of you. And that should be perfect. With your grip, stance, and your good posture, you should be ready to hit a golf.